Welcome back to Elden Ring. In this video, I want to talk to you about a build that I've put together, and this is an Elden Ring Strength build that is absolutely crazy. And the reason it's crazy is because I've seen multiple build videos where people are dealing a huge amount of damage, and no matter what I put in this build, I just can't seem to deal anywhere near as much. And I've seen a lot of people mention that in other videos of mine. They'll say, like, you've reached 8k damage with this weapon, no matter what I do, I'm hitting no more than 2000. So I'll show you the build. It is still like a strength build guide. But then, as well as that, if there's anything I can do to improve this build and make it even more powerful, I would appreciate if you guys could let me know in the comments. And just quickly before we do get into this, if you are not currently subbed to the channel, make sure you do sub, turn notifications on. If you enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like. All support is greatly appreciated. And if you want to support me further as a creator, then check out the links in the description. And let's get into it. So the main weapon on this build, the one that I'm really confused about, is Marais' Executioner's Sword. I've got it +9, it's got B Strength Scaling, E Dex, D Arcane. It requires 24 Strength, 23 Arcane and 14 Dex. It's got magic attack power as well as physical, and the skill Eocade's Dancing Blade, I've seen the people deal so much damage with that, and I don't think it's been nerfed in any patches or anything like that. I just feel as though this weapon's really inconsistent. But what I've done in this build is paired it with a heavy iron greatsword, so the heavy affinity, Royal Knight's Resolve. That's got a strength scaling, a little bit less strength and a little bit less dexterity. Then I've got the Raptor's Black Feathers to jump in, like, because we're power stancing greatswords, to jump in with the initial attack and deal more damage from that. I'm still running Marais' Mask, I just love this one, the look of it and everything. Plus it also gives you an extra 1 Arcane. Then for the talismans, I'm running Ritual Sword, Shard of Alexander, Godfrey Icon, because you can charge up the skill on the Executioner's Sword. And then I've also got the Claw Talisman. And then in the Flask of Wondrous Physics, Strength Knot and Green Burst Crystal Tear. So the thing I'm confused about is this skill, Eocade's, Dancing Blade? If you press your left trigger, it chucks the sword out and spins it, and then you get a slash when it comes back. Then you hold it down, charge it, you get a much bigger range, and then it comes back and you do the same thing again. If we quickly go down to Gatefront, this is where I'm getting really confused, because I'm not in New Game Plus or anything like that. But when I come to even somewhere like Gatefront, and I attack an enemy, if I charge the skill up, it's only dealing 396. And then even just doing it normally, like, yeah, they can walk into it and it deals a nice bit of damage. And obviously I've got Ritual Sword, so I need to keep my health at full if this guy doesn't lunge at me. But if I charge it up and then use it, see, it does alright there. Against that shielded guy, that was quite good. But look at how low that damage number is. And I've seen builds where this does so much power. And a lot of people absolutely love this weapon. I just can't seem to get it to be really strong. So if we now make our way up to Mountaintops of the Giants, you guys have seen this a lot because I always use this giant as a test subject for builds. And I've seen damage numbers in 5 figures, like easy, like 12, 15. I think I even had like 20,000 damage at some point from a build. But if we look at this one, and obviously I'm not buffing it up with anything, so that will make it a little bit stronger. Things like Golden Vow or Commander Standard. But then I've had much better builds that have been put together with like half the effort. They've just done so much more damage. And obviously I get there's different resistances and everything, but if we look at this giant up here, if I charge it up, like there, it's only 7,000 damage, and I don't know, it might be, that might be a really good amount of damage. Let's see what we get from a crit. 11,600, so it's not that bad. It just seems to be that skill. Like, the weapon itself, okay, I actually got the Golem's halberd. So yeah, like that Golem, I always call them giants. Like, the damage, it's incredibly weird, because the weapon itself, the damage you can deal like dual wielding or power stancing greatswords, it feels okay. The first couple of hits, it's like 2,000 or something. It doesn't seem too bad or too good. But then the actual like moveset of attacking seems way more powerful than the skill. And the reason I'm confused is because the builds that I've seen, people are getting so much damage out of the skill itself. And for some reason it doesn't seem to be doing that for me. And it doesn't matter if there has been a nerf or anything, because it's ever since the game come out and I got the sword, I just can't seem to get this skill to deal a satisfying amount of damage, if that makes sense. And I'd appreciate it in the comments if you could let me know, like, do I have to run like a magic attack power boosting crystal tier or something like that? Because typically Arcane is for blood loss, and I think it scales fire as well. Whereas this is magic and it's got arcane scaling. So this sword is a very, very weird, unique sword. But what we'll do is, like, just quickly, they've got Marais Executioner's Sword, Heavy Iron Greatsword, Marais Mask, Sorcerer Leggings, Raptor's Black Feathers, Ritual Sword, Shard of Alexander, Godfrey Icon, and Claw Talisman. Then I've got Strength Knot and Green Burst. So that's the build. If you guys could let me know in the comments, like, what I could put into this build to make it even better than it currently is, then if you let me know, I'll come back, I'll, like, figure some stuff out, find the best sort of, the most powerful way to use this weapon, then we'll have another look at it, because it might just be me being stupid. But I thought I'd release this video anyway, just to, like, basically get some insight from the community. Like, is there something I'm doing wrong with it? But that's going to do it for this one. Let me know your thoughts and stuff in the comments, and I'll see you in the next one. I hope you guys enjoyed it.